Happy Tuesday and Feliz Cinco de Mayo, which means happy 5th of May. So today is a holiday that comes from Mexico, which is why I have my little sombrero that I got when I was in Mexico. Kind of put it on a little headband here, so hopefully it'll stay on. We'll see. It is to celebrate something called the Battle of Puebla, which was kind of like a fight between people, and this happened in Mexico. And so I want to read a story about Cinco de Mayo, about a little boy named Carlos, and he kind of learns from his abuela, which is his grandma, about what Cinco de Mayo is and why they celebrate it. So it is called, It's Cinco de Mayo, Carlos. Carlos and Maria walked past the city park after the baseball game. It's almost Cinco de Mayo, Carlos said. The festival is only a month away. Miss Lopez is teaching us a special dance for the festival, said Maria. We need one more boy. Will you dance with us? Asked Maria. Are you dancing in front of people? Asked Carlos. Miss Lopez will help you, said Maria, smiling. That evening, Carlos asked Abuela about Cinco de Mayo. There was a big battle on May 5th in 1862, said Abuela. A big army came to attack the small town of Puebla. Only a small group of young soldiers lived in Puebla. They were scared, but they didn't give up, said Abuela. The big army didn't, let me make sure I didn't skip a page here. Yep. The big army didn't think that the young soldiers would fight, said Abuela, but the young soldiers won, she said. So that's what we celebrate on Cinco de Mayo, said Carlos. Carlos couldn't sleep that night. He thought about the soldiers. He thought about learning the dance. I can be brave too, he said. Miss Lopez showed Carlos the steps. He stepped on Maria's foot. He tripped and slipped. Don't worry, said Maria. You'll get better. Carlos felt he would never learn, but he didn't give up. His father gave him a surprise on the morning of the festival. Real cowboy boots, Carlos said. There were so many things to see. Carlos and Maria stopped to watch a puppet show. The crowd was clapping. I hope they clap for us, said Carlos. They saw rows of shining cars. Let's look at the hot rods, he said. Hurry, Carlos, said Maria. We just have time to put on our costumes. It was time for their dance. Carlos looked at the big crowd. His heart pounded. You can do it, whispered Maria. Then the music started. People began to clap in time to the music. Carlos stomped his feet in his new cowboy boots. Suddenly, the music stopped. It was over. He hadn't tripped once. The crowd cheered and clapped. Abuela's cheer was the loudest. That's the end. So have a happy or feliz Cinco de Mayo. Here are the words that we learned today. From Spanish, feliz means happy. Cinco means 5. Mayo means May. And abuela means grandma. Okay? So maybe you can celebrate by making tacos tonight, or maybe you can just teach somebody about what Cinco de Mayo is all about and why we celebrate. But have a happy Tuesday. Make sure you're learning every day, and I will see you tomorrow.